Hello and welcome back to day number 78 of my road to 200 kilogram total. Now for today, I'm coming off from a 2-day break because I have again decided that I should have 2 days of rest in between session number 4 and session number 1. So the schedule I've come up with is session 1 is on Tuesday, session 2 is on Wednesday. Take a break between session 2 and 3, so Thursday off. Session 3 will be on Friday and session 4 will be on Saturday, so that kind of lines up perfectly. Alright, so aside from coming from 2 days of break, I'm coming off from a lot of stress because yesterday my laptop just gave out on me and I didn't know how to fix it, so I ended up resetting everything. Fortunately, I didn't have to reinstall much because as soon as work started piling up, when I decided that I wanted to just work instead of slave away in med school, that's not, and by the way, that comment does not mean that I'm calling med students slaves. That's just how I feel about my whole situation in med school. And never again. If I'm gonna be a doctor, it might as well just be a PhD in something I actually really like. So that would be either kinesiology or sports nutrition. Alright, so back to today's session. For this week, I am going to be sort of going heavier on the snatches. I think maybe Fitz has realized that I'm a stronger snatcher than I am a clean and jerker, and for the clean and jerk, it's more on getting a lot more volume in, so it's going to be some doubles, some complexes with the clean and jerks, while for the snatches, just working on increasing my strength overall in them, especially since I did move away from the more Asian or the more Chinese style of lifting and doing more what you would say textbook style of lifting. So maybe you could say Russian or Eastern bloc, but the Eastern weightlifters. So that would be from actually my technical model right now for the snatch at least would be. For the snatch, my technical model is Gabriel's and Crayon. And for the clean and jerk, I would say Anton Plesnoy, so not really going for that full extension and just focusing on a lot of that speed going under. Right, so something that as I was watching Sika Strengths video on visualization, you guys should check that out. I realized that for today it's gonna be a sort of heavy day for the snatch, especially because I'm working up to a singles. I'm already at singles, but I'm working with singles at 60, 65, and then 70. Now 70 is a weight that I know I can hit, but because of the change in technique, I'm not entirely sure how well I'll be able to do that. And as you can see, still pretty powerful on these attempts at 60 and 65, but again, 5 kilo jumps, no matter how so it should be easy, but again, there is a change in technique, so I'm not sure if I'll be pulling it too high or see that one felt bad, but it looked the best. I was in donkey kicking it at least, but here's my first attempt at 70, and prior to doing that, I was just replaying it over and over in my head what it would possibly feel like if I pull too high, and well, I didn't. It landed perfectly, and I didn't really feel like I was receiving it like I pulled it too early, so the receiving was really strong and stable. Just had to be a bit more patient in the bottom because readjusting my feet. No, not readjusting my feet, but catching that balance is a lot different because of how I'm pulling it now. Right, now moving on to clean and jerk doubles. Now for I'm really not good with doubles. Like, this is basically four reps. It's a clean plus a jerk plus a clean plus a jerk. So that's technically 4 reps. Clean and jerks tire me out tremendously, so I think the addition of these doubles would really help to hone in more technique and technical prowess. I'm actually really happy with how my jerks are looking for the past few days. I'm doing the thing. I'm doing the Uric Vardanian thing, wherein he looks at himself in the mirror, then he performs his jerk. I've been doing that a lot. Just every time I see a mirror, I'm practicing the movement. I'm practicing how it should feel and stuff like that. Now this is, I think, my first working set. Now there is some confusion as to how I'm doing these because before, when I used to do doubles for the clean and jerks, I would just not let go of the bar. I would let go of the bar, but then immediately grab it and then go for that second rep. But I thought, alright, why not just practice it? Why not practice it as if I was doing 2 clean and jerks? Basically 2 attempts, but with minimal rest as possible. For the people who watch the CrossFit Games, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wherein, if it's the same with the men and women, and also in the snatch lift, if you fail a lift, you have 30 seconds to do it again. Or was it 20? I'm not sure. It's either 20 or 30. And I think that teaches a lot of grit, especially when you fail a lift and then you come out and you have to do it again when you're following yourself. So I may be getting ahead of myself here in terms of thinking about competitions, especially with the situation right now in the Philippines. Oh my God, our government sucks. Yeah, but enough of that. I'm not gonna open that bag of beans. I'm just gonna focus on the lifting. And something that Fitz said in the video on visualization really stuck out to me, and that was when you are a lot of athletes would focus on, when you have a training program, the first thing that a lot of athletes will do is skip to the end and see what numbers they should be hitting. So instead of having that mental focus of thinking of going up at it, going hard every day, just think, alright, I'm going hard. I'm not going to be focusing that much now because the money weights is going to be in the later weeks. No, you should not be doing that. And I agree a lot with what Fitz said about focusing on the day, and knowing that yes, you might be able to double 75 easily, but so you're thinking, alright, should I do 80? But no, your coach sees something that you are not seeing, so it is better to just stick with the 75 for doubles. This example is actually exactly what Fitz said, and you're better off sticking with your 75 for doubles rather than just altering your training program. That training program is there as a pretty much what you should be doing. And something that I've noticed is that the less you play with it, as in when you're making adjustments, the less you play with it, the faster your progress will actually be. Now this might sound a bit hypocritical because of what I've been saying for the past 2 weeks about doing more volume with upper body, but I asked Fitz if that was alright. I asked him, and that's something that every athlete should have a good communication with their coach. If the athlete says that it's too easy, coach may or may not adjust it based on how you're feeling, because who knows, maybe the next week it would be harder, or the accumulative fatigue from doing all the lighter ones, and then you just suddenly go heavier, then it might not cause you to peak correctly. So just think of those, because as athletes, it's our job. An athlete's job, sorry. Well, technically I am an athlete, but yeah. An athlete's job is to perform. Do the weights, do the thing that your coach wants you to do. It's a coach's job to think of every other thing. That's the training program, the nutrition, how well you should be, resting, rest times, intensity, what you'll do on competition day. That's on the coach. Basically, he or she, is the one that will do pretty much all of the thinking for you. It should be that type of relationship wherein you know that you perform whatever your coach wants you to do, because you should have that trust in your coach that he or she knows what they're doing. Okay, enough about that. And speaking of doing what my coach wants me to do, this was still easy. I had 2 days in between to recover between my last 5 sets of 3 for 115, and at the end of the week, Saturday on the session 4, I should be doing 120 for the same. And you know what? I'm pumped for it. I'm definitely ready for it. For the core work, this is killing me. I have no idea why. I used to be able to do this quite easily. May or may not be due to the, what do you call it? I'm using 20 kilo plates instead of the 10s that I usually do, because for the Russian twists, I'm supposed to be doing it with, what do you call it? With the Russian twists, I'm going to be doing it with the 15 kilo plates. Now, I should definitely buy an ab rollout machine, because this is an ab rollout, because this is not. I don't have a big gym, guys. It might look big, but it's definitely not. It's very cramped, and the fact that I'm making lifts at all, especially Olympic lifts, is a miracle. I have enough space to do that, and which is why because of my limited space, I can only do. Either I do the lift perfectly or I bail it. I try my best not to save lifts, especially excluding cleans, but snatches and jerks, no, I just immediately drop it. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.